आज शुभ मंगल प्रारंभ में आइए हम ज्योत प्रज्वलन से प्रारंभ करेंगे। दोनों हाथ जोड़ करके हम कहें कि हे ईश्वर, हमारे अंतःकरण में आप ज्योत जगाइए, जैसे हम यहाँ ज्योत प्रज्वलित कर रहे हैं। चलिए। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम भूर्भुवः स्वः ओम तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ओम उद्बुद्ध्य स्वाग्ने प्रतिजागृहीत्वमिष्टापूर्ते सगं सृजेथामयञ्च अस्मिन् सदस्ते अद्युत्तरस्मिन् विश्वे देवाय जमानस्य सीदत्। भोदीपं दर्शयामि। ओम अग्निमीळे पुरोहितं यज्ञस्य देवमृत्विजं होतारं रत्नधातमम्। ओम हिरण्यगर्भः समवर्तताग्रे भूतस्य जातः पतिरेक आसीत् सदाधार पृथिवीं यामुते मां कस्मै देवाय हविषा विधेम। ओम प्रजापते न त्वदेत्यानन्यो विश्वा जातानि परिता बभूव यत्कामास्ते जुहुमस्तन्नो श्यामपतयोरयीणाम्। ओम सनो बन्धुर्जनिता सविधाता धामानि वेदभुवनानि विश्वा यत्र देवा अमृतमानशानास्तृतीये धामन्न धैर्ययन्त। ओम अग्ने नय सुपथाराय अस्मान् विश्वानि देववयुनानि विद्वान् युयोध्यस्मज्जुहुराणमेनो भूष्ठान्ते नम उक्तिं विधेम। प्रत्यक्ष देवाय भास्कराय नमः। भाइयों और बहनों, आज शुभ प्रसंग पे हम मार्गदर्शन देखते हैं। आचार्य जी जब हमें आज्ञा देकर चले जाते हैं तो उस आज्ञा का पालन करने के लिए सबसे आगे जो खड़े होके रहते हैं हमारे पास, जो हमें मार्गदर्शित करते हैं, वे हमारी माता श्री सुनीता जी पोदार। तो हम तो आभारी हैं आपके कि आप संतगण आचार्य जी आप पधारे, लेकिन जब आप नहीं होते तो जब भी हमें मार्गदर्शन चाहिए होता है तो हम सभी उन्हीं के पास जाते हैं। और आज तक बरसों से हमें इतना अच्छा मार्गदर्शन दिया है उन्होंने और हमें यहाँ तक पहुँचाया है। आइए, आई एम प्राउड टू इंट्रोड्यूस यू ऑल टू मिसेस सुनीता पोदार। प्लीज़ गिव हर अ वार्म वेलकम। हमारे CGI बर्मिंघम से आए हैं डेप्यूटी काउंसिल जनरल मिस अमानत मान जी। लेट्स गिव हर अ वार्म वेलकम प्लीज। थैंक यू। पधारिए।
नमस्ते एंड ग्रीटिंग्स टू एवरीवन। सबसे पहले मैं शुक्रिया अदा करना चाहूँगी यहाँ के ऑर्गेनाइजर्स का एंड द नॉटिंघम सिटी काउंसिल फॉर गिविंग सपोर्ट टू दिस इवेंट, पतंजलि योगपीठ एंड आचार्य जी whose presence is here with us today. On this Saturday morning, we are here to celebrate India's gift to the world, which is yoga. And we can save the claps for the end. June 21, as everybody is now very well aware, marks the 9th International Yoga Day. And this time it was celebrated across India, and this is the first time that the Prime Minister celebrated it internationally in New York City at the UN headquarters. He set the record this time for the maximum number of nationalities being present in a yoga session in one location. India moved the resolution in the United Nations to celebrate Yoga Day in 2014. And this was unanimously adopted by more than 170 countries. This day is chosen because, one, it is the longest day in the year, which is the summer solstice. There are a lot of positive vibrations and energy of the sun that is associated with June 21. And it's also the day that knowledge of yoga is said to be imparted to mankind by the first yogi, Adi Yogi, Lord Shiva. The number of practitioners has grown massively since the first International Yoga Day was celebrated. And this is a holistic practice that combines mind, body, and spirit all together. The best thing about yoga is you can do it anywhere. It's a portable practice. You don't need much equipment. You don't even need a mat. You can do it pretty much on the grass. And it's adaptable for everybody, all ages, all levels of fitness. The best thing about yoga is that it is not only a preventative practice, but it's a curative practice as well. It can cure a lot of ailments in your body. So this, for us, as representatives of India in the UK, it is our mission to spread yoga in the furthermost reaches of the world and the UK. This time it was done in a massive way at Trafalgar Square in this week. Birmingham Consulate also organized a big yoga event last Saturday at Centenary Square in front of the iconic library building, and Stratford-upon-Avon, which is Shakespeare's birthplace. Last year we did it in around 22 locations, but this time we wanted to exceed our own record, so it was done in around 28 locations. And this all becomes possible only because of the enthusiastic participation of the community. It's not possible for the consulate to do it all alone. So I extend a very heartfelt thank you to the community that is with us in spreading the message of yoga everywhere. I thank everybody who is here at this event, and our message is that it's not just one day that you do yoga, but you inculcate it as a way of life in your own lives, and you, as Indian origin members of the UK, you help us in spreading the message in your neighborhoods and your communities in whatever little way you can. Thank you, and have fun doing yoga today.
Thank you very much, Marugen. जय, धन्यवाद, नमस्ते, रिवर्ब करना चाहूँ। और अब सुनीता जी, if I may ask you to come forward, please. Let's give her a warm welcome, please, everybody.
I'm sorry, I've got this viral, so my throat is gone. So Sadhvi ji is going to speak on my behalf, my speech. So I'll be standing here. She will speak. Sorry about that.
Definitely, this year, every year, she's working very hard, and she has worked so hard, tirelessly, that this day her throat is not working well. But I would try to convey the feelings of Mataji to everyone in the divine presence of Param Shraddheya Acharya Ji Maharaj. So I'm going to start the speech. Om. आयुर्वेद शिरोमणि परम श्रद्धेय आचार्य जी महाराज के चरण कमलों में मेरा कोटि कोटि नमन एवं प्रणाम. Good morning, everyone. May I extend a very warm welcome to our distinguished guests and our PYPT family, and thank you all for being with us today at our celebration of the 9th International Day of Yoga and our Patanjali Parivar Milan. We are delighted to be hosting this year's event in Nottingham and would like to thank Sohil ji and our Patanjali Yogpeeth Trust members, teachers and volunteers for all their hard work who teach and promote yoga using their skills and knowledge to uplift and empower others without seeking personal gain. Together you make a community impact and embody the spirit of selfless service. परम पूज्य स्वामी जी महाराज एवं Param Shraddha Acharya Ji Maharaj have created the world's largest charitable initiatives, including setting up hospitals, schools, and other educational institutions. They have played a key role in promoting the use of Ayurvedic remedies and yoga for health and wellness, making a significant contribution to Ayurveda and yoga. The theme for this year's International Yoga Day is Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, which represents one earth, one family, and one future, which is particularly relevant given the ongoing pandemic. The essence of yoga is being one not just balance within the body or that between the mind and the body, but also balance in the human relationship with the world. In a world that often seems divided and disconnected, the practice of yoga can help us find our way back to a sense of oneness and connection. Moreover, by cultivating mindfulness and inner peace, we can become more aware of the struggles and challenges that others face and can work towards creating a more just and equitable society. His Royal Highness King Charles suggested that people struggling to return to full health after having the coronavirus should practice yoga. In a video statement last year to the Virtual Yoga and Healthcare Symposium Wellness After COVID, said doctors should work together with complementary healthcare specialists to build a roadmap to hope and healing after COVID. On this International Yoga Day, let us all take a moment to appreciate the gift of yoga and the many benefits it can bring to our lives. Let us also pay the tribute and thanks to Param Pujya Swami Ji Maharaj and Param Shraddha Acharya Shri Maharaj, who developed this practice and passed it down through their teachings across the globe that will retain for future generations. I encourage everyone to take up the practice of yoga and experience its transformative power for themselves. Not just India, but the whole world will be eternally grateful to Param Pujya Swami Ji and Param Shraddha Acharya Ji for their contributions, restoring our heritage and reviving our culture, providing the unparalleled sense of pride and unity. So let us embrace the power of yoga and come together and work towards creating a world that is peaceful, harmonious, and filled with love. Acharya Ji, Param Shraddha Acharya Ji is one of the founder members of Patanjali Yogpeeth Trust in India and the United Kingdom. He has devoted his entire life to Ayurveda, Sanskrit and yoga. He is a pillar of the Patanjali Ayurveda empire and oversees the manufacturing of natural, herbal, Ayurvedic remedies and natural everyday products. The Patanjali brand is currently one of the leading brands of healthcare in India. He has driven passion and commitment to eradicating health issues and is actively bridging the gaps in Ayurvedic knowledge and the modern medicine. He has published more than 300 research articles, authored more than 200 books on yoga, Ayurveda, agriculture, and IT, edited more than 40 unpublished ancient Ayurveda manuscripts, and only last week presented 70 volumes of his newly published World Herbal Encyclopedias to Kew Gardens in London and the Botanic Gardens in Edinburgh. The encyclopedias contain descriptions of 60,000 medicinal plant species and has the world's largest collection of medicinal plants paintings. He has been, yes, we can clap loud for this because this is the very big achievement. Not for the Patanjali, it is the achievement for whole Sanatan community. And this world also. He has been honored by the United Nations SDG as one of the 10 most influential people in healthcare, and in a study by Stanford University, he is enlisted among the top 2% of scientists across the world. And if that wasn't enough, in his spare time, he has scaled 3 inaccessible peaks of the Himalayas to discover and name many rare herbs. So, also with this information, I would, as Mataji asked, to share that this year in the UK, on the occasion of International Yoga Day on 21st June, we Patanjali Yogpeeth Parivar celebrated it at more than 200 places in the United Kingdom. Also, with this information, ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to our trustee, Param Shraddha Acharya Ji Maharaj.
Jai.
Acharya ji. Thank you all for coming. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Zafar Khan. Counselor ji, suswagatam. Thank you very much for coming and making it here today to grace your presence. आइए, पधारिए. I would like to just say a few more words, if I may, and that is, Acharya ji has given such power to Ayurveda that first I used to think that Pujya Swamiji Maharaj has taken yoga across the world. He was the only first person in the recent times who has done that. And after that, every house I go to, I know of, कहीं तो आपकी टूथपेस्ट मिलेगी. कहीं आपने बाथरूम में किसी के घर जाए, जरा हाथ पोंछते हैं, वहाँ पतंजलि टूथपेस्ट मिलेगी, पतंजलि का सोप मिलेगा, पतंजलि शैम्पू मिलेगा. आचार्य जी, आपने घर घर में आयुर्वेद पहुँचा दिया जी. यानी थोड़ा बहुत लाइसेंस भी मिल गया है कि जो बंदा योग नहीं करेगा फिर भी अगर आयुर्वेदिक चीज़ों का प्रयोग करेगा तो उतना बीमार नहीं पड़ेगा जितना वो केमिकल से पड़ने वाला था. तो आचार्य जी से विनती करेंगे, आचार्य जी आपके वचनामृत से.
भारत माता की वंदे वंदे वंदे. आज अंतर्राष्ट्रीय योग दिवस के उपलक्ष्य में यहाँ पर आप सभी भाई बहन उपस्थित हैं और इसको भव्य और दिव्य बनाने के लिए पिछले 1 माह से हमारी पूज्य साध्वी बहनें यहाँ पर सेवाएं दे रहे हैं. और आज इधर माता सुनीता जी के साथ में और हमारे भट्ट जी और हमारी पूरी टीम और आप सब, हमें बड़ा गर्व होता है जब हमको यह दिखता है आप सब एकलव्य की तरह से बिना किसी स्वार्थ के रात दिन इस योग को विश्वव्यापी बनाने के लिए सेवाएं दे रहे होते हैं. ये हमारे लिए, लोग कहते हैं कि इंग्लैंड में, यूके में जब विदेशों की बात होती है वहाँ तो फ्री में कुछ नहीं मिलता, पर यह पतंजलि का योग है जो हमारे वॉलंटियर्स यहाँ भी फ्री में बांटते हैं. मुझको नहीं लगता है पतंजलि के योगा को छोड़ करके आपको कुछ भी इधर फ्री मिलता होगा. वो तो पूज्य स्वामी जी की कृपा है. लगभग 400 से ज़्यादा कक्षाएं हमारी वीकेंड पे जो चलती हैं और अभी तक 15-20 वर्षों से लगातार चल रही हैं. कोविड के टाइम पर सारी दुनिया ने देखा, जो योग पर विश्वास नहीं करते थे, बिलीव नहीं करते थे, उनको भी विश्वास करना पड़ा कि ये जिंदगी चाहिए तो योग अपनाना पड़ेगा. तो आप यहाँ बैठे, सबको यह मैसेज, यह संदेश, योग करने से योग का भला नहीं होगा, अपना भला चाहिए तो योग करना पड़ेगा. तो दुनिया में ऐसा कौन है भला जो नहीं चाहता अपना भला. इसीलिए योग करो सदा, ठीक है. तो अपनी भलाई के लिए आपको योग करना है. और इस योग की परम पूज्य श्रद्धेय स्वामी जी ने हमें हम सौभाग्यशाली हैं. आप लोग में भी बहुत सारे भाई बहन सौभाग्यशाली हैं जिन्होंने पूज्य स्वामी जी के सानिध्य में योग को सीखा और आज उस योग को एक तपस्वी योगी प्रधानमंत्री के द्वारा यूनाइटेड नेशन में जा कर के एक इंटरनेशनल योगा डे के रूप में उसको पूरा 170 से ज़्यादा कंट्रीज़ को बाध्य किया कि योग को इंटरनेशनल डे के रूप में आगे हर साल मनाया जाए। तो इसके कारण से आज दुनिया में आप यहाँ बैठे हैं। हो सकता है कि बहुत को हमारी हिंदी कम समझ में आती हो, पर योगा क्या है वह लगभग सबको समझ में आती है, सबको पता है। बहुत ज़्यादा नहीं पता, हमको बहुत डीप नॉलेज न भी हो मेडिटेशन, योग के यम नियम, आसन, प्राणायाम, प्रत्याहार, धारणा, ध्यान, समाधि और गहरी गहरी बातें बेशक आपको पता ना हो, पर आपको पता है कि थोड़ा ब्रीदिंग एक्सरसाइज करनी है, थोड़े बहुत हाथ और टांग उठाना है, उसका नाम योग है। इतना ही करते रहो। शास्त्रों में लिखा है योगेन योग संपद्यते। बहुत सरल है इसका मीनिंग ये है कि आप योग करोगे तो योग से योग का रास्ता खुलता ही जाएगा। कि आप योगी बन करके योग करना जरूरी नहीं है, योग करोगे तो किया हुआ योग आपको योगी बना देगा। ध्यान रखना। कई लोग कहते हैं कि हम तो बहुत सारी चीज़ों का पालन नहीं करते हैं, हम क्या करें। योग करना शुरू कर दोगे तो चीज़ें तो अपने आप ठीक होने लग जाएंगी। हम लोगों ने एक बहुत बड़ा लगभग 1.5 मिलियन, लगभग 15 लाख लोगों का हम लोगों ने एक स्टडी किया था इंडिया में, साइकोसोमेटिक स्टडी। हमने ये देखा कि योग करने से क्या चेंजेस होते हैं। तो योग करने से ऐसे चेंजेस हो जाएंगे फिजिकल लेवल पर, मेंटल लेवल पर, स्पिरिचुअल लेवल पर, आपकी आदतें, खान पान, व्यवहार, स्वभाव, हर एक लेवल पर आपको पता भी नहीं चलेगा। वो सब कुछ चेंजेस, पॉजिटिव चेंजेस होंगे, जीवन के लिए सकारात्मक होंगे, जीवन को उन्नति देने वाले होंगे, जीवन को सुख और सुकून और शांति देने वाले होंगे। जिंदगी में दुख तो कोई नहीं चाहता है, चाहे हम देश में हैं, विदेश में हैं, किसी भी कल्चर और कम्युनिटी को बिलोंग करते हो, कोई भी दुख नहीं चाहता है। दुख से बचना चाहता है, दुख से हम दूर भागते हैं, पर दुख है कि हमारा पीछा नहीं छोड़ता है। जिंदगी में 2 सुख के लिए 10 दुख उठाते हैं, सुख तो पता नहीं चलता है, दुख और सामने खड़े दिखाई देते हैं। हमको लगता है जीवन में थोड़ी सी उन्नति होगी तो सुख आएगा, थोड़ा सा सुख आया पर और दुख आगे खड़े दिखाई देते हैं। तो इससे निवृत्ति का उपाय क्या है, इस दुख से छूटने का उपाय क्या है, इस दुख से बचने का उपाय क्या है। तो संसार में दुख से बचने का कोई उपाय है तो मात्र योग है। योग के शरण में जाकर के ही हम दुख से बच सकते हैं। इसीलिए आप यहाँ पर इतनी संख्या में पधारे। योग के प्रति कहीं ना कहीं आपकी भावना है, आपकी जागरूकता है, आपकी चेतनता है कि पतंजलि योगपीठ ट्रस्ट यूके के माध्यम से माता सुनीता जी, सोहेल जी, पूरी टीम, जितने भी लोग लगे, मैं देखता हूँ, मुझे लगता है थोड़े यंगस्टर्स इसमें दिखाई दे रहे हैं, युवा युवतियाँ, हमारे युवान और जो युवतियाँ हैं वो आ गए हैं। हमारे टीचर सारे बूढ़े बूढ़े से हो गए क्योंकि बहुत दिन से लगे हैं तो हाँ, ये मानने को तैयार नहीं है क्योंकि शरीर की एज है, इनके दिमाग तो बच्चों वाला है।
आचार्य जी,
तो
आपको देखना,
ये देखो, ये कितनी बड़ी बात है ना, ये योग का कमाल है, इसलिए मैंने इनको थोड़ा सा छेड़ा। तो बात यह है कि जो योग करेगा वो शरीर की आयु तो है, एज तो है, पर वह एज आयु भी नहीं दिखाई देगा क्योंकि वह योगी का शरीर होगा। तो अगली पीढ़ी भी जुड़े, आगे भी आकर के लोग योग करें, यह बहुत ज़रूरी है। तो क्योंकि योग, देखो मैं आपको थोड़ा सा निवेदन करके, मैं बहुत सिंपल हिंदी में बोल रहा हूँ मैं, क्योंकि हिंदी में अपनी बात को सही ढंग से कम्युनिकेट कर सकता हूँ। योग हमारे ऋषियों की, हमारे महर्षियों की, आप धार्मिक मान्यता के अनुसार आप अलग अलग देवी देवता परंपरा और अलग अलग संप्रदाय कल्चर या बहुत सारे लोगों को आप लोग फॉलो करते होंगे, करते रहो, जिसको मानते हो, हम कोई बात नहीं कह रहे। पर योग एक ऐसी चीज़ है, हम सबको एक अम्ब्रेला के नीचे लाने का कोई काम कर सकता है तो वो योग है। योग हमारे ऋषियों के द्वारा दिया। योग कोई धर्म नहीं है, ये समझ लो, पर योग को स्थापित करने वाले, योग को जिन्होंने रिसर्च किया, जिन्होंने योग का यह स्वरूप दिया, वो सभी ऋषि महर्षि लोग, वो सब हमारे वैदिक सनातन परंपरा के ही लोग थे, इसलिए हमें गर्व है। तो उस योग को हम पूरे विश्व में पहुंचा करके विश्व को निरोग बनाने में अपनी सहभागिता और हम अपना योगदान दे दें, जिससे यह योग पूरी दुनिया को एक सूत्र में पिरोने का काम कर सके, एक सूत्र में बांधने का काम कर सके। ग्लोबलाइजेशन की बात आज की जाती है, दुनिया ग्लोबलाइजेशन की बात करती है, पर हमारे ऋषियों ने तो हजारों हजारों वर्ष पहले वसुधैव कुटुंबकम कह करके ये कहा था कि यह पूरा संसार हमारे लिए एक परिवार है। यह ऋषि लोग ही कह सकते थे, बाकी दुनिया में कोई नहीं कहता है। योग हमारी एक ऐसी संस्कृति है, अभी अपने भट्ट जी के उसमें बहुत सुंदर यज्ञ किया। हम जब प्रार्थना करते हैं ना, हिंदू सनातन वैदिक परंपरा में हम इंडिविजुअल के लिए, पर्सनल के लिए कुछ भी डिमांड नहीं करते। ये हमारी संस्कृति में ही है, ध्यान रखना। बाकी लोगों में तो अपने लिए हम डिमांड होती है। यहाँ तो हम बैठ कर के हम कहते हैं सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु माँ कश्चित् दुख भाग भवेत्। कि हे भगवान, सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, जो भी दुनिया में है सब सुखी हों, कोई दुखी ना हो। यह सिर्फ हिंदू सनातन संस्कृति ही ऐसा उद्घोष करती है, दुनिया में दूसरा कोई नहीं करता। तो आप उस कल्चर, उस संस्कृति, उस परंपरा के आप संवाहक हैं, संरक्षक हैं। आपको उसकी रक्षा करनी है, अपनी फैमिली में, अपनी सोसाइटी में, अपने परिवार में उन परंपराओं को आपको आगे बढ़ाना है। आगे बढ़ाते हुए उसके द्वारा विश्व में शांति स्थापित करने का दायित्व भी वो आपका और हमारा है। क्योंकि हम दुनिया की सुख की बात करते हैं तो दुनिया में अशांति से बचाने का काम भी आप और हम भी कर सकते हैं। तो आज इस पावन अवसर पर मुझे बहुत समय के बाद, 6 वर्ष के बाद मैं आया हूँ, 5-6 ईयर्स के बाद मैं यूके आया हूँ। तो आज आप सबको देख करके मुझे बड़ी खुशी है, अच्छा लग रहा है। इतना ही समझें आप, बाकी कितनी बात समझ में आ गई कोई बात नहीं, पर इतना समझ लेना, योग करना, अपनी जितने भी हमारी धार्मिक आध्यात्मिक मान्यताएं हैं उनके साथ में रहना, मस्त रहना, खुश रहना, मुस्कुराते रहना, तो दुख से भी बचोगे और दुख का पिंड छूटेगा। दुख हमारे आसपास में भी नहीं पटकने पाएगा, नहीं आने पाएगा। तो आप सब जुड़े हैं भावना से। परम श्रद्धेय पूज्य स्वामी जी की सूक्ष्म उपस्थिति, उनके पावन संदेश को भी, क्योंकि पूज्य महाराज श्री की भी बड़ी इच्छा आप सबको लेकर के आपके प्रति उनकी शुभेच्छा रहती है, शुभकामनाएं रहती है। और भारत में इस बार आदरणीय नरेंद्र मोदी जी की जो दृष्टि है, जो सोच है, हमारी कल्चर और संस्कृति आज दुनिया में पहुंच रही है। और हम जहां भी हैं अपने हिस्से का कम से कम हम भी काम करें, ये हमारा कर्तव्य है। तो आप सबको बहुत शुभकामनाएं हैं, क्योंकि अभी अब योगा सत्र होने वाला है, योग होगा, कुछ हम भी करेंगे, कुछ हमारी साध्वी बहनें करेंगी और सब कार्यक्रम होगा। तो मैं ज़्यादा समय ना लेकर के, अभी बहुत समय रहने वाले हैं और खाने पीने की भी व्यवस्था बढ़िया कर रखी है, तो सात्विक भोजन भी मिलेगा। आज सैटरडे का दिन है, मौसम भी अच्छा है, क्योंकि कभी धूप कभी छाँव, तो बढ़िया है। तो इसी तरह से आप आनंद में रहिए। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद, आप सबको बहुत बहुत प्रणाम।
आचार्य जी हमारे यहाँ के काउंसलर हैं और उनका नाम विशेष है हरिओम जी, आपका आशीर्वाद लेने पधारे हैं।
हमारे हरिओम जी को हरिओम, ये व्यवस्था में लगे हैं, इन्होंने बता दिया। ये भी बड़े धार्मिक व्यक्ति हैं और हमारे हरिद्वार में ही एक बहुत अच्छी संस्था है शांति कुंज, उससे जुड़े हुए हैं। चलो पतंजलि वाला काम भी जुड़ करके कर, ठीक है जी। आचार्य पंडित श्री राम शर्मा जी जो योग पुरुष हुए हैं, बहुत ही दिव्य महापुरुष हुए हैं, उन्हीं लक्ष्य को कि उन्होंने वेद की संस्कृति को दुनिया में पहुंचाने का काम किया, तो उनके शिष्य लोग ये कर रहे हैं। तो पतंजलि के साथ जुड़ करके भी हरिओम जी सेवा करेंगे। बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
धन्यवाद, धन्यवाद जी, थैंक यू। और अब मुझे आचार्य जी की आज्ञा से आगे बढ़ाता हूँ। मैंने संपर्क दूरभाष से किया था जिनसे पहले, उनको फ्यू वीक्स पहले उनका आना था, मुझे पता था। तो मुझे कुतूहल था कि ये कौन होंगे, कैसे होंगे, क्या करेंगे। और एक बात हमारे में कहावत होती है गुजराती में आचार्य जी, कि मोरना इंडा चितरवा न पड़े। तो ये इनके जो लेफ्ट में और राइट में खड़े हैं उसको मैं लौकिक भाषा में थोड़ा इंट्रोड्यूस करने का प्रयास करूंगा। हमारे पूज्य आज साध्वी जी पधारी हैं, आप देख रहे हैं दोनों तरफ। एक एक करके उनसे थोड़ा मैं आपका पहचान करवाऊंगा। सुमधुर कंठ से सुमधुर वाणी और आह्लादक भजन गा करके जिसके नाम में वाणी छुपी हुई है, देववाणी जी को मेरा प्रणाम। और मैं देख रहा था कि योग हो रहा है, चारों तरफ एक्साइटमेंट है, और एक के बाद एक इतने सारे योगा के जो कार्यक्रम होते हैं सुबह शाम। What I was going to say was that I was trying to understand that who is this new person who is arriving to us, because we knew very well Pujya Acharya ji and Pujya Swami ji for a long time. So most of us have been with Swami ji and Acharya ji from 2006, है ना?
तुम जवान था, अभी थोड़ा सा
तभी मेरे काले बाल थे, अब देखो वाइट होना शुरू हो गए हैं। अभी सॉल्ट एंड पेपर वाली बात है।
होना शुरू नहीं हुआ, बच्चा थोड़ा बहुत है।
ओए होए क्या बात है। चलो सही बात है, आपने वास्तविकता पे लाके मुझे बैठा दिया। तो मैं कह रहा था कि इतने क्लासेस हुए हैं पूरे यूके में। देयर हैव बीन सो मेनी क्लासेस इन इंग्लैंड which has never been before in my eyes, and they have been led greatly and amazingly by Pujya Sadhvi Devatiti ji. I would urge you all to visit her Facebook page as well, because you will see that she is so profound in her wisdom. She explains very well, and she is very highly articulate. I wouldn't want to waste any more time. Dr. Anurag ji, he is the head of our research. आइए डॉक्टर साहब, पधारिए।
Om.
ओम।
Good afternoon, everyone. I hope I'm audible now. There we go. So, परम पूज्य आचार्य श्री के चरणों में सादर प्रणाम करते हुए और परम पूज्य स्वामी जी की सूक्ष्म उपस्थिति को नमन करते हुए मैं आप सबके सामने खड़ा हुआ हूँ और मुझे बहुत अच्छी वाली फीलिंग। So, what I'm going to talk today, and actually Acharya just talked to you regarding yoga, and I will just take you a little bit about Ayurveda, how the Ayurveda, the another dimension of a healthy living, it's a critical component for keeping ourselves healthy, and if we get sick, to get actually treated. So in most of the part of the world, including some part of India as well, Ayurveda has been seen as a second line of treatment. It's not considered, has not been considered as a mainstream medicine system. With the blessings from Acharya and Swamiji, the whole planning of Patanjali has come on to put Ayurveda on the central stage, where this becomes the first and foremost choice of the medicinal system for the people who are suffering from various diseases. So what Acharya has planned and actually has done several decades before than anyone could have think of, that we have generated a sort of evidences which are critical for any medicines to go for clinical use. What does that mean? That when you are talking about a medicine, when you take the medicine inside you, either orally or by injection, it is going to work like in biochemistry. That would mean that going to go and engage a target and going to give some treatment benefits. In allopathic system, it's very well known. We know what's the mode of action. In Ayurveda, that has been the bigger gap. So what Acharya has planned several years before to bridge that gap. And now in Ayurveda, we are developing those sort of evidences, and we are trying to find out how those drugs, the one which have been described by our ancient sages for several centuries, we know they work very well, but we didn't know how those work. So that has led to a very nice acceptance of Ayurveda across the boundaries of India. So now what we are seeing it, and I'm feeling very proud and happy to say that the acceptability of Ayurvedic medicines post-COVID has gone up significantly. And I would like all of you to clap in the honor of Acharya and Swamiji to take this forward. Now, the last thing I would like to add, that most of the time when we talk about medicines and their activity, people talk about showing evidence in terms of clinical data or in terms of preclinical data. So Patanjali Research Foundation, which is housed in Haridwar, where close to 500 scientists work. Several are PhDs and postdocs. We have few from UK as well who have been trained here. So they have been working very hardly to generate the information from the starting of the plant collection, its classification, taxonomy, chemical characterization, drug manufacturing, drug characterizations, and mode of action. The whole gamut of herbal research is being done at Patanjali Research Foundation. So invite all of you who are in Haridwar next, please take some time, come to Patanjali Research Foundation and witness the growth of Ayurveda, which will take our system, our ancient time, towards the height which is really belonged. And we also had a meeting yesterday in Kew Botanical Garden. And there is one really nice thing happened. So Acharya has been working for last several decades on generating a gigantic volume of herbal information. It's called World Herbal Encyclopedia, which comes in 111 volumes, which has 60,000 medicinal plant information. We heard a little bit from Sadhuji today, but that information also had some critical component. The component is like the nomenclature of the plants. So you see a grass here, you see a tree there. There are names of these grass, these trees, and other medicinal plant in all different languages. And there is a lot of confusion that happens. So in scientific word, we name them by two names. That's called binomial name. You have a genus and you have any species. People who are from science background would know that. That has been the practice for last several centuries. What Acharya has planned and executed beautifully is to actually now get the Sanskrit binomial names, which defines the property of the plant just by the name itself. In the earlier version, the names were very arbitrary in nature. People will name it as their friend. Someone has named the name of the plant as their dogs, cats, pets, and sometimes people whom they don't like, if they have an enemy and they find a plant that stinks, they have given the name of the plants with the same enemy as well. So this is like no logic per se. But what Acharya has now done and PRF has now delivered to name each and every plant in a Sanskrit binomial name, which would actually explain the property and the appearance and the characterization of a plant just by the name itself. So yesterday when we presented this information to the Kew Garden professionals, their scientists and the whole team of management, they were super impressed with that because they also generate a plant list. But again, they are also having the same problem because they cannot define each and every time. So what they have agreed, in fact, they proposed that if Patanjali Research Foundation could share a list of those Sanskrit binomial name plants, and they would be very happy to put it on the Q server as well. So Q plant list would now have all the plant name in the Sanskrit as well. So which is a big finding. That shows that we are now taking the the language of our ancient system, Sanskrit, towards a global level. Now it becomes a scientific language which would be accepted by the scientific world across the world. So this has been the fantastic thing, and we have been traveling for last so many days, and I'm feeling very much blessed to be here and seeing all of you gathering up this afternoon and hearing up and go for the next shot of yoga. So thank you very much, all of you. Thanks a lot, and have a good day ahead.
Thank you very much, Dr. Saab. And we would now like to welcome our yoga session now. We're going to do yoga protocol with Adaraniya Sadhviji. Guys, if you all want to get ready for your yoga, get your mats sorted, and you're going to get some full action now.
Thank you, Bhrataji. Within the very divine presence of Param Shraddheya Acharya Ji Maharaj, I would like to take this as an opportunity also to remember His Holiness Param Pujya Swamiji Maharaj, and with the blessings of Param Pujya Swamiji Maharaj and Param Shraddheya Acharya Shri Maharaj, we had a very motivating and inspirational speech from Acharya Ji. And once again, I would request you all to please have a great round of applause for Param Shraddheya Acharya Shri Maharaj. Let us everyone feel this presence in England also, that someone has come from India, and now we are taking this yoga and Ayurveda further to next levels, new levels. And with this also we have Pujya Sattvi Devani Ji, our trustee of Patanjali Yogpeeth Trust UK, Adaraniya Pujniya Sunita Mataji, also the coordinator of UK, Adaraniya Sohail Bhrataji, Adaraniya Shravanji, and also the representatives from the council, Adaraniya Amanatji, and every guest present here and every family member. Namaste to everyone, pranam to everyone. Now let us begin with the session of yoga with the chanting of Om for 3 times and the chanting of 4 mantras. And those who are learned with the 4 mantras, that's great, we would be joining together. And those who are not, please close your eyes and just feel the meanings of the mantras. Please straighten up your back, keep your neck straight, close your eyes gently, place both of your hands in Dhyan Mudra by joining the tips of thumb and forefinger together, keeping the rest of the fingers stretched over your knees. Place them over your knees. With the deep breathing, let us start with the chanting of Om for 3 times. Om. Now the chanting of mantras. Om Bhur Bhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Om Trayambakam Yajamahe Sugandhim Pushtivardhanam Urvarukamiva Bandhanan Mrityormukshiyamamritat. Om सहनाववतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मा अमृतं गमय ॐ शान्तिः शान्तिः शान्तिः. Everyone, please raise your hands, rub them together and transfer the energy created within the palms to your face, and slowly open your eyes with the blinking of eyelids. And once again, in the very divine and holy presence of Param Shraddhe Acharya Shri Maharaj, welcome and namaste to everyone. Now let us move towards the physical part of yoga, as Param Pujya Swamiji Maharaj has always said to us that 2 hours of yoga and 24 hours of karma yoga. So yoga is very much more than what we do physically, but to do it internally and eternally, we need to do the practice of physical part also. Let us start with the exercises, and for that I would request you all to please stand up at your positions. We would be starting with certain stretching and stretching exercises, subtle exercises. Take your positions, and first one is to please place your hands over your trunk. Even the God has blessed us with the clouds. Everyone was feeling very hot, so it is very cloudy and soothing now. Let us start with the neck movement. First of all, breathe out and bend your neck in the forward direction. Then breathe in, bend in the backward direction. Breathe out. Breathe in. This is very beneficial for those who are suffering from cervical spondylitis. We would be repeating each and every exercise for around 3 to 4 times. So this was the bending in back and forward and backward direction. Now turn your neck towards the right direction with deep breathing. Slowly move it towards the left. Now towards the right. Slowly move it towards the left. The turning of your neck. And also feel the changes, the vibrations, the sensations inside your neck, and the part which is getting affected with the movement of any exercise we are doing. Now let us move towards the next part, which is the bending of our neck in the right and left direction. With the deep breathing, inhale deeply, exhale completely. Inhale and exhale, the bending in right and left direction. Now the fourth part of neck exercise is to rotate your neck in left to right direction, clockwise, anti-clockwise, in both the directions, slowly. Now this is the anti-clockwise direction in which we are moving from left to right direction. Now in the reverse direction, right to left, with deep breathing. Relax your neck completely and feel the sensations inside your muscles and nerves also. Now the next is, after the neck bending, the next is the movement of the shoulders. For this, place your hands, both of your hands over your shoulder, and rotate them in the forward direction. Take them to the backward. While moving your elbows in the front direction, try to touch your elbows and open up your arms as much as possible. Breathe in, breathe out. With deep breathing, the practice of this exercise relaxes the muscles of your shoulders. It is also very beneficial for those who are suffering from cervical and spondylitis. Now reverse it in the reverse direction. Let us move these shoulders and try to touch your elbows together when you are bringing your hands in the forward direction. With deep breathing, inhale and exhale completely. Now the next part of exercise is the movement of our trunk. For the movement of trunk, let us open our stretch your arms in the front direction, and we would be moving in the backward direction. Bring your right hand in the back and place your left hand over your right knee, right shoulder. Come back once again. Breathe in, breathe out while you are moving towards the left and right direction. Breathe in, breathe out in the right direction. Breathe in, breathe out in the left direction. Drop down your hands, stretch your arms once again in the forward direction, bend your knees a little. This is the exercise for our knees. Breathe in and breathe out completely. So this is the exercise for our knees. Drop your hands once again. And now we would be moving towards the next stretching exercises, in which first we are going to perform the practice of forward bending, with which I would like to request everyone, those who are suffering from backache or those who are suffering from knee pain, please, sorry, backache, back pain only, please don't bend in the forward direction. Or you can bend up to the limit which your body allows. So we are going to do yoga, but according to our capacities. Raise your hands in the upward directions. And now breathe out and bend in forward direction. And those who are suffering from backache, please don't take the risk. Bend your back up to the limit your body allows. Then breathe in. Raise your body once again in the upward direction. Breathe out. Try to place your palms beside your legs, your feet, and also try to touch your knees with your forehead. This is the perfect position, and do up to your capacity. Breathe in, drop your hands, and even the God is showering us with the flowers. Now place your hands over your trunk, and we would be doing the backward bending. For backward bending, breathe in and bend your back in the backward direction. Breathe out. Once again, come back. And those who are suffering from cervical and spondylitis, kindly bend your neck only. Once again, breathe in and bend your back. Those who are suffering from cervical or spondylitis, only bend your neck. Don't bend your back in the backward direction. Breathe out. Come back once again. So this was the forward bending and the reverse bending. Drop your hands once again. Now the side bending. And for the side bending, stretch out your right hand, right leg in the right direction, and raise your left hand in the upward direction and bend in the right direction. Keep your left arm in the upward direction only, and try to watch it out while you are bringing your right hand from the thigh to the ankle. So this is Trikonasana. Once again, come back in the starting posture. Now stretch your left leg in the left direction and raise your right hand in the upward direction. Slowly, slowly bend down in the left direction. Keep your right hand in the upward direction. Try to watch out your right hand and take your left hand to the feet. Once again, come back. Once again, we would be doing it from the right direction. In the right direction, stretch your right leg. Keep the left arm in the upward direction only. With the deep breathing, the practice of Trikonasana. Come back. Now in the left direction, in the opposite direction, raise your right hand. Place your take your left hand to the left ankle and watch your right hand, which is in the upward direction, by turning your neck. Come back once again. So this was the practice of stretching in left and right direction. Now we would be lifting our body. For that purpose, interlock your hands, place them over your head. This is the practice of Tadasana. Breathe in and raise your body, lift your body in the upward direction. Try to lift your heels also, but if anyone has a lot of knee pain or those who are not able to balance by lifting the heels, they can keep their heels over the floor only. Breathe out, come back. Once again, breathe in. And while you are lifting your arms in the upward direction, try to keep your elbows straight. Try to keep your elbows straight. Relax. Breathe out. Once again, one more time, the practice of Tadasana. And feel the stretching in your hands, in your arms, in your forearms, in your shoulders, in your chest, in your stomach, in your thighs, in your calves, in your feet. Feel the stretching everywhere. Once again, come down. Breathe out, come down. So this was the practice of Tadasana. Now let us move towards the next practice, which is the practice of Dhruvasana. Keep your left leg over the floor only. Raise your right leg and place your right feet over your left thigh, in which heel should be in the upward direction and toes should be facing the earth. Breathe in slowly and slowly. Raise your hands in the upward direction. Try to keep your elbows straight. So this is the practice of Dhruvasana, Vrikshasana. And those who are not able to lift up the leg in the upward direction, that's totally fine. You can just raise your hands in the upward direction and join them. So it is okay if you are able to do it halfway, because yoga is something which is to increase our strength, not to it is not for those, not for actually exploiting our strength. Now we are doing it from the other direction. Place your left leg, left feet over your right thigh, heels in the upward direction and toes in the lower direction. Join your hands. Try to keep your elbows straight. The practice of Vrikshasana. Relax. So after the practice of these stretching exercises, now we are moving towards the exercises in the sitting posture. Everyone, please sit down at your places. So first of the exercise in the sitting posture is Vajrasana. For that, everyone stretched in the forward direction. So this is the Vajrasana. And after the practice of Vajrasana, which is the only asana we can perform after having our meal, and we should try to practice it for 5 to 10 minutes. But those, again, who are suffering from knee pain, kindly don't bend your knees. So this was the practice of Vajrasana. And after the practice of Vajrasana, next is the practice of Ustrasana, Ardhustrasana, then Ustrasana. Camel pose, half camel pose. For the camel pose and also the half camel pose, raise on your knees. Try to keep a space between your knees parallel to your shoulders. Place your hands over the thighs, over the trunk. Firstly, we would be doing the practice of Ardhustrasana. And for the practice of Ardhustrasana, place your hands over your trunk and breathe in, bend your back in the backward direction. This is the practice of Ardha Ustrasana, and those who are not able to perform Ustrasana, they can keep performing Ardha Ustrasana in this second posture also. And this asana is very beneficial for those who are suffering from thyroid, either hyperthyroid or hypothyroid or back pain. Also good for our lungs. Come back, breathe in. Breathe out and come back. Now place your hands over the thighs. The next asana is Ustrasana. And those who don't feel comfortable in doing this Ustrasana, practicing this Ustrasana, can keep doing Ardha Ustrasana. Raise your right hand in the upward direction and then place the right hand over your right heel. Then raise your left hand and place it over your left heel. With the breathing, with the deep breathing, inhalation. So I was speaking about the benefits of Ustrasana, thyroid, back pain, also good for our for the health of our lungs. Together with that, it is useful for those who are suffering from tonsils also. Very beneficial in the back pain. Breathe out, come back once again. First bring your left hand in the forward direction, then the right one. So this was the practice of Ustrasana, the camel pose, and after the camel pose, we are going to perform the Bhadrasana. For that, please stretch your legs in the front direction and then bend your knees such that you would be joining the feet together like this. So particularly this is Bhadrasana, in which we have to join, we have to touch the floor with our knees. And sometimes because we are practiced to the butterfly, so we start feeling like if we are in the Bhadrasana pose, we should do some butterfly also, which is also very beneficial. And I think as we have heard from Puja Swamiji and Acharya Shri Maharaj, that a practice of at least 1 minute of butterfly is beneficial for everyone. We should try to take benefit out of it. It is also good for the strength of our pelvic region, very beneficial for all the male and female related issues. And this seems to be simple, but this practice of butterfly is very beneficial. Now we would be moving towards the next practice, and for the next practice, which is the practice of Uttan Mandukasana. Once again, stretch your legs in the front direction, and for Uttan Mandukasana, once again we have to come in the Vajrasana posture, like this, and then bend your left one. Keep some space between your knees, between your legs. Raise your right hand and place the right hand over your left shoulder. Now raise your left hand and place it over your right shoulder. So this is the practice of the Uttan Mandukasana. Please bend your knees. The knees should be bended. Sit. You have to sit in this posture. Like in Vajrasana you are sitting, but you just have to keep some space between both of your knees. Keep your back straight, keep your neck straight. So this was the practice of Uttan Mandukasana. And after the practice of Uttan Mandukasana, once again stretch, come back, and once again stretch your legs in the front direction, because now we would be doing the practice of Vakrasana. And for the practice of Vakrasana, bend your right knee. Try to place the thumb of your right knee right near to left knee. Place your right hand at the back, and with the help of left hand, just press your right knee towards your stomach. After this, turn your neck in the right direction, and after making an angle of 180 degrees between your head and between your leg, try to watch out at the back. So this is the practice of Vakrasana. Return back, which is very beneficial for the health of our gut, for stomach. From the opposite direction, bend your left knee, place your left hand in the back, and with the help of your right hand, try to press this left knee towards the stomach. Try to watch out at the back from above your shoulder. So this is the practice of Vakrasana. As I was saying, this is very beneficial for those who are suffering from gastric issues, constipation issues, and digestion issues. It is very good for our stomach, and also very beneficial for those who are suffering from back pain. Relax, come back again in the normal posture. So these were the exercises we performed in the sitting posture. Now we are moving towards the exercise which we would be performing in the sleeping posture, and I would request you all to please sleep from the side of your stomach first. So for that, this is the practice of Makarasana which we are going to do, and then in Makarasana we would be practicing in the relaxing posture. For relaxing posture, place your left hand over the floor and the right one over the left one. Place your forehead over your right hand. Keep your legs together at the back. You can keep touching left and right leg together. So this is the practice of Makarasana, which is very relaxing. And during practice, if we get tired, then we can relax in this posture for a while. And for the relaxation, also bring your concentration over your breathing. Inhalation and exhalation process should be observed deeply. With that, we feel relaxation in each and every body part very immediately. After the practice of Makarasana, now let us move towards the practice of Bhujangasana. For this, place your hands right beside your chest and your chin over the floor. Breathe in and raise your chest in the upward direction. Keep your elbows straight. Try looking in the upward direction. And it is sun, so you can't look, so you can close your eyes too. So this is the practice of Bhujangasana, which is very beneficial for lungs again, for the back pain, also beneficial for those who are suffering from thyroid, and also it reduces the weight over the chest. Breathe out. Slowly and slowly come back to the starting posture. So this was the practice of Bhujangasana. Now the next practice, in which we have to place our hands beneath our thighs. Keep touching the floor with your chin. Also try to place your shoulders over the floor. Breathe in and raise your right leg in the upward direction. While raising the leg, also try to keep your knees straight. Breathe out. Bring the right leg in the lower direction now. Drop it down. And once again from the left side, breathe in and raise your left leg in the upward direction. So this is the practice of Shalabhasana. And Shalabhasana is very beneficial for those who are suffering from any kind of back pain. So those who are suffering from back pain, they are supposed to practice it with alternatively with both the legs, alternatively. But don't perform with both the legs together. And those who are not suffering from backache, they can just perform it with both legs together. Breathe in and raise both of the legs in the forward direction. Try to keep your knees straight. Also this Shalabhasana is beneficial for those who are suffering from sciatica also. Breathe out and bring your legs in the lower direction. And after the practice of this Shalabhasana, next exercise is also we have to perform in the sleeping posture, but now we have to sleep from the side of our spine, our back. So turn and rotate and sleep from the side of your back. And for this, first of all, we have to practice Uttan Padasana. Try to place both of your hands together near to your body. And for the practice of Uttanasana, breathe in, raise your legs in the upward direction. Try to keep an angle of 30 to 45 degrees between the floor and the legs. Try to keep your knees straight. So this is the practice of Uttan Padasana, which is very, very beneficial for those who are suffering from stomach related issues, and also this is beneficial in the cases of diabetes also. Breathe out, bring your legs in the lower direction. Now the practice of Ardha Halasana. For the practice of Ardha Halasana, we have to now raise our legs a little forward. Like we have to make an angle of 90 degrees between the legs and the floor. So raise your legs while breathing in. Now also keep your knees straight. So this is the practice of Ardha Halasana. Breathe out. Slowly and slowly bring your legs in the lower direction. So this was the practice of Ardha Halasana. And after the practice of Ardha Halasana, next posture is the practice of Pavan Muktasana. For the practice of Pavan Muktasana, we would be doing it with the legs alternatively. So first bend your right knee, interlock your hands, and after interlocking your hands, hold your knee with your hands. Breathe out slowly and bring your knees towards your chest by pressing the stomach. And also those who are suffering from cervical spondylitis or back pain, please don't raise your neck. Otherwise, we can raise our neck and touch the knees with our nose. So this is the practice of Pavan Muktasana from right side. Relax. Now practice it from the left side. Bend your knees, interlock your hands, bring your knees with the help of your hands towards the chest. Breathe out and try to touch your knees with your nose. Relax. And now the practice of Pavan Muktasana with both the legs together. Bend your knees, interlock your hands and hold your knees together within your interlocked hands. Breathe out. Raise your neck and try to place your nose between your two knees. But those who are suffering from backache or cervical or spondylitis, kindly don't raise your neck in the upward direction. Relax. So this was the practice of Pavan Muktasana, which again is very beneficial for those who are suffering from issues related to stomach, and also very beneficial for those who are suffering from diabetes. So after the practice of Pavan Muktasana, now the next is the practice of Shavasana. And for the practice of Shavasana, relax your body. Remove any kind of clutter if you have in your hair, and also remove any goggle or specs if you are wearing. Just close your eyes gently. Keep a very little space between your hands and body, and also between your legs, with a gentle closing of your eyes. Now we would be relaxing our complete body by relaxing all the muscles of the body, and for that purpose we would be taking our focus to each and every body part. Let us first bring our focus, our concentration towards the breathing. Breathe in and breathe out, and just keep your focus over the breathing. And as soon as we lift our focus, our concentration towards the breathing, we can feel a change inside, that our breathing gets longer, deeper. And now we are ready to relax our whole body. So bring your focus towards your legs, the toes, and relax each and every muscle of all the toes. After relaxing that part, now bring your focus towards your feet, ankle, heel. Relax all the muscles there. And after, there should be no tension in any part now. And now move your focus, your concentration towards your calf muscles. Relax them properly. You can feel that now there is no tension or stress in the muscles here. And after this, we can now relax our knees, right and left thigh, right and left hips. Relax them. And after relaxing the legs, both of the legs, all the muscles are now in the relaxed mode. Shift your focus towards your spine, and from the lower part of the spine towards the upper part of the spine, relax your complete back and spine. And after relaxing each and every part, now bring your focus towards the shoulder, right and left shoulder. Relax them. If there is any kind of a stress, just relax. With the thinking, we can relax each and every body part. Now bring your focus towards your right and left arm. Relax them. Right and left elbow. Relax them again. Right and left forearm. Relax them too. Right and left wrist. Relax them too. And after that, bring your focus towards your hands and palms and all the fingers of the hands. Relax them. Remove any kind of tension or stress if you are carrying in any part of the body we have discussed about. And now move to your focus towards the neck. Remove any kind of stress in the neck. Relax your neck muscles. Now bring your focus towards your brain, right and left part of the brain. Relax it. Now the forehead. Now move towards your eyebrows. Relax right and left eyes. Relax right and left ear. Now the chin, right and left chin. Now relax your right and left nostrils also. And after relaxing your nostrils, now bring your focus towards your chin. Relax the muscles of your chin also. And after that, bring your focus towards your lips, the upper and lower lips. Relax them. Upper and lower part of the tooth. Relax them too, and the gums. Now relax your tongue also. You can feel that there is a relaxation in complete face. And after that, bring your focus towards your right and left lung. And also there is a heart between the lungs. Relax them too. And now the whole complete chest is in the relaxing posture. There is no stress in face and chest. Now bring your focus towards your stomach region. Just relax your stomach, right part, the liver, the gallbladder, left part, the pancreas and spleen, relax them, the small intestine, the large intestine, and also the anus, relax each and every part. Now, relax the right and left kidneys also, which are just below your lungs in the backward direction. And now relax your urinary bladder, urinary system. Now we can feel that there is a complete relaxation in each and every body part. And we can just feel that with each and every breathing, we are inhaling the energy from the God. And within each and every exhalation, we are now able to release any kind of stress, tension, depression in muscles or in our heart or in our mind. Feel that relaxation. We are getting lighter with this feeling. And after this relaxation process, now bring your body back again into the active mode. For that, move your toes, close your fist and open it. And now with a deep breathing, we would be chanting Om for one time. Om. Raise your hands in the upward direction, rub them together. And after the energy is created between your palms, transfer it to the face. Slowly and slowly, with the blinking of eyelids, open your eyes. Take the support of your right hand, turn towards the left side. And now you can sit. I think everyone is relaxed. Shall we move towards the practice of pranayam also, in which we would be listening to the bhajan from Puja Sadhviji. But before that, let us first move towards the practice of Bhastrika pranayam, which is deep breathing. And for the deep breathing, we just need to remember two laws, and we have to breathe deeply. Inhale and exhale. Keep your back, try to keep your back straight. Try to keep your neck also straight. Place both of your hands over the knees in the Dhyan Mudra once again. And inhale deeply. Exhale completely. Take at least a duration of 2.5 seconds for inhalation. Then next 2.5 seconds for exhalation. In this way, we would be completing one Bhastrika pranayam in 5 seconds, which means practice of 10 to 12 Bhastrika pranayam in 1 minute. So this is the practice of Bhastrika pranayam, and two rules which we have to remember is that try to inhale and exhale as much as air possible. So this is the first rule. Try to inhale and exhale as much as air possible. And second rule says, try after this trial, try to inhale and exhale from your lungs. This is an exercise of your lungs. So inhalation and exhalations would be happening inside the lungs, not inside the stomach. As there is a partition in the chest region and in the gut region, and this is a wall, diaphragm. When we inhale deeply, this wall moves in the downward direction, and then when we exhale, after exhalation, this moves in the upward direction. And this gives us a feeling that there is some movement happening inside our stomach, but this is not so. There is only the movement inside our lungs, and because of that, our chest would also bulge out, and they will also contract. So there would be an expansion and contraction inside the lungs and chest, and no other body part will move. Also, there would be no facial expression change. So just with the relaxation, keep your eyes closed. This is the practice of Bhastrika pranayam. And as we all discussed in recent few days, that this is the pranayam with the help of which we can increase the capacity of our lungs, Normally, when we are using only the 40-60% of our lungs, we are utilizing. And when we practice Bhastrika Pranayam, we are able to utilize around 80 to 100% of our lungs, which is actually ultimately going to increase the amount of oxygen inside each and every cell of our body. And ultimately, we will be able to regenerate our body cells which have degenerated because of the diseases and lack of oxygen. So inhale deeply and exhale completely. Minimum 5 minutes of duration it should be taken to practice the Bhastrika Pranayam. A practice of minimum duration of 5 minutes is must for everyone, and for those who are suffering from the chronic diseases, genetic diseases, we request them to please perform or practice this Bhastrika Pranayam for at least 10 to 15 minutes. And deep breathing is something that we are trying to breathe with the awakeness. And with that, if we are breathing for a whole day, then also it is fine. So ultimately, we are trying to increase the depth of our breathing with the help of Bhastrika Pranayam. And also, first and foremost, it increases the health of our lungs. And if our lungs are strong, our respiratory system would be strong. And if our respiratory system would be strong, then obviously our immune system will also be strong. A stronger immune system will result into a body which is healthy, a mind which is healthy. So this was the practice of Bhastrika Pranayam. And after the practice of Bhastrika Pranayam, let us move towards the next practice, which is Kapalbhati Pranayam. The only difference is that in Bhastrika, we were inhaling and exhaling forcefully. But in Kapalbhati Pranayam, we have to exhale out forcefully. And we have to exhale out with the help of our stomach, with the help of our navel. So when we will try to exhale out with the help of our stomach, there would be a very little contraction happening inside the muscles of our stomach. So stomach muscles will move this time. So there would be a contraction, and when we will inhale, the inhalation should be normal, that we are breathing normally each and every moment of our life. So that kind of inhalation, normal inhalation in Kapalbhati Pranayam, but forceful exhalation, and for that forceful exhalation, take the help of your stomach. So normally when we breathe, when we place our finger right beneath our nose, we can feel the breathing on our finger. But when we practice Kapalbhati Pranayam, we can check that the practice is right or wrong by just placing our hand in front of our mouth. And when we exhale out forcefully, the exhalation would be touching our hand. And if we are able to feel the air over our hands, then the practice is good, that is perfect. And if it is not so, then we need to once again listen to the instructions, that there would be a little contraction in the muscles of the stomach when we practice Kapalbhati Pranayam. And this Kapalbhati Pranayam, as we have learned it from Puja Swamiji and Acharya Maharaj, is known as the king of all the pranayams, because with the help of Kapalbhati Pranayam, we are able to get benefits in more than 90% of the diseases. Asthma, BP, cholesterol, diabetes, arthritis, rheumatoid arthritis, osteopenia, osteoporosis, gout, any kind of bone related issue, Kapalbhati Pranayam is beneficial. For those who are suffering from skin related issues, Kapalbhati Pranayam is beneficial. Eczema, leukoderma, psoriasis, scleroderma. Also, if we are having any issues in the digestion, indigestion, constipation or gastric related issues, Kapalbhati Pranayam. Also, when we practice Kapalbhati Pranayam on the regular basis, which should be around 10 to 15 minutes for every person, those who are suffering from normal problems or those who are healthy also, they should also try to practice Kapalbhati Pranayam for at least 10 to 15 minutes of duration. And those who are suffering from these kinds of chronic diseases, we request them to practice it for a minimum of half an hour duration. And in this practice, we would be now listening to Puja Sadhviji also. And as soon as she gets ready, I would be expanding the description of this Kapalbhati Pranayam. So I was saying, for those who are suffering from any indigestion, In that case also Kapalbhati pranayam is beneficial. Those who are facing any deficiency in the body like vitamin A, vitamin B12, vitamin C, iron, mineral, protein, any kind of deficiency, because Kapalbhati pranayam improves our digestion system, that's why we get the benefits in the deficiency case also. Knee pain, back pain, neurological disorders, nervous system related disorders, also SM, SLE, autoimmune diseases, Kapalbhati pranayam is beneficial in all. And also those who are suffering from varicose veins, Kapalbhati pranayam is beneficial in that case also. Those who are facing the hair fall or sinus related issues or thyroid, either it is hyperthyroid or hypothyroid, Kapalbhati pranayam is beneficial. And I think Pujya Sadhvi ji is ready with the bhajan. I would request you all to please keep your eyes closed, keep practicing Kapalbhati pranayam. You will get more out of the bhajan and Kapalbhati pranayam together. It would also take us into a state of meditation also. So now let us feel the words, and those who are not able to understand the wordings of the bhajan, kindly please keep practicing this Kapalbhati pranayam and just do listen. You would be able to understand the emotions.
योग का ध्वज लहराया, योग का ध्वज लहराया, योग का ध्वज लहराया, योग का ध्वज लहराया। योग की शक्ति ने है देखो विश्व को आज जगाया, योग की शक्ति ने है देखो विश्व को आज जगाया। है मंगल छाया, आज है मंगल छाया, है मंगल छाया, आज है मंगल छाया हो। योग का ध्वज लहराया, योग का ध्वज लहराया, योग का ध्वज लहराया, योग का ध्वज लहराया। योग ही तो पुरुषार्थ जगाता, सच्चा मार्ग दिखाता। योग ही तो पुरुषार्थ जगाता, सच्चा मार्ग दिखाता। नित नवीन उत्साह बढ़ाता, बल बुद्धि को बढ़ाता। नित नवीन उत्साह दिलाता, बल बुद्धि को बढ़ाया। योग का वैभव जो दिश छाया, सबके मन को भाया। है मंगल छाया, आज है मंगल छाया हो। योग का ध्वज लहराया, योग का ध्वज लहराया, योग का ध्वज लहराया, योग का ध्वज लहराया। नहीं राष्ट्र विशेष से नाता, इसका ना किसी धर्म से नाता। नहीं राष्ट्र विशेष से नाता, इसका ना किसी धर्म से नाता। जो भी योग को है अपनाता, लाभ वो निश्चित पाता। जो भी योग को है अपनाता, लाभ वो निश्चित पाता। है मंगल छाया, आज है मंगल छाया। है मंगल छाया, आज है मंगल छाया हो। योग का ध्वज लहराया, योग का ध्वज लहराया, योग का ध्वज लहराया, योग का ध्वज लहराया। रोगों को यह दूर भगाता, तन मन स्वस्थ बनाता। रोगों को यह दूर भगाता, तन मन स्वस्थ बनाता। साथ ही आयु को है बढ़ाता, मन को सुखी बनाता। साथ ही आयु को है बढ़ाता, मन को सुखी बनाता। है मंगल छाया, आज है मंगल छाया। है मंगल छाया, आज है मंगल छाया हो। योग का ध्वज लहराया, योग का ध्वज लहराया, योग का ध्वज लहराया, योग का ध्वज लहराया। योग की शक्ति ने है देखो विश्व को आज जगाया। योग की शक्ति ने है देखो विश्व को आज जगाया। है मंगल छाया, आज है मंगल छाया हो। योग का ध्वज लहराया, 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 योग का ध्वज लहराया।
So we hope you enjoyed the bhajan and you would be ready to hear one more also, which we would be listening during the practice of Anulom Vilom Pranayam. Now let us start the practice of Anulom Vilom Pranayam. With the help of your right hand, the thumb of your right hand, close the right nostril, inhale with the left. Then with the help of rest of the fingers, close the left nostril and exhale with the right. Inhale with the right nostril once again and exhale with the left. Keep practicing this Anulom Vilom Pranayam, in which try to at least take 2.5 seconds to inhale with the left, then next 2.5 seconds minimum to exhale from the right, then next 2.5 seconds for inhalation from the right, and next 2.5 seconds for the exhalation from the left nostril. So this would be making one practice which is approximately equivalent to a duration of 10 seconds. And this means that we would be able to practice around 5 to 6 times of Anulom Vilom Pranayam in 1 minute, and around 50 to 60 Anulom Vilom Pranayam in the duration of 10 minutes. So this is a very relaxing pranayam which is responsible for taking maximum amount of oxygen into our brain also, and that's why it is beneficial in all the issues related to mind and brain. Also this is beneficial for those who are dealing with the insomnia or a lack of sleep in the night. Also very beneficial for those who are suffering from migraine or other related other kind of headache. Also this is beneficial for those who are dealing with the stress, anxiety, depression. Just keep practicing this Anulom Vilom Pranayam with your eyes closed. Keep practicing it. Inhalation and exhalation. A process of inhalation and exhalation. So this is a very beautiful pranayam which is also very beneficial for the health of our heart. Those who are suffering from BP or those who are suffering from heart blockage, they should at least try to practice it for half an hour. And also this is very beneficial in the cases of gastric related issues also. So this is a very interesting pranayam in which which can be performed even after 1 hour of having meal. Rest of the pranayam like Bhramari and Udgit can also be performed after 1 hour of having meal, and also the subtle exercises can be performed after 1 hour of having meal. But all the rest, the exercises, the practice of asanas, the Kapalbhati pranayam, and also all the sun salutations, etc., they are needed to be performed after 4 to 6 hours of having meal, because there is a limit of our stomach that it can hold food for up to 6 hours. So for this 4 to 6 hours depends on what we have eaten. If we have eaten light food, then we can obviously would be able to digest it earlier, and those who are taking heavy food, it would take a little more time, and based on that there should be a gap of 4 to 6 hours. Now we would be moving towards the next practice of pranayam, which is the Shitli pranayam. And for that we just need to fold our tongue, and then with the folded tongue inhale with your mouth and exhale with your nose. Once again, practice this Shitli pranayam. Inhale with your mouth. This time you would be inhaling from the mouth, but tongue should be folded. And with the first practice only we can feel the coldness which increases inside our body. After we practice this Shitli pranayam, once again let us practice it. So it reduces the hotness inside our body, increases the coldness, and those who are suffering from issues related to the heating, they can at present also, because we are used to it, but people living in UK are not used to this hotness, and the practice of Shitli Pranayam benefits us in this case also. And now let us move towards, because we are running short of time, and we have to move towards the Bhramri and Udgit Pranayam. And for the practice of Bhramri and Udgit Pranayam, after that we would be having a presentation of the difficult asanas from Puja Sadhviji also with the music. And before that, Bhramri, Udgit, some Singhasan and Hasyasan would be completing the session. And for that, now please close your ears with your thumb. Place your forefinger over your eyebrows. Use rest of the three fingers to cover your eyes with the mouth closed, and deep breathing. Just inhale deeply and keeping your mouth closed, chant the Om with the mouth closed. Place both the hands over your knees and the practice of Udgit Pranayam with deep breathing. Relax. Once again, raise your hands, rub them together, transfer the energy onto the face. With the blinking of eyelids, just open your eyes slowly and slowly so that this strong light doesn't affect the pupil of your eye. And now, towards the next practice, which is the Singhasana. And for the practice of Singhasana, those who are capable or can manage to sit in the Vajrasan posture, sit in the Vajrasan posture. Place your hands on the floor, take out your tongue, and keep your focus between your eyebrows. The practice of Singhasana for 3 times. And now take the saliva inside your mouth in your throat, and also massages it from the outside, so that if any dryness is created inside your throat, that can be removed. And before moving towards the Hasyasana, I would request you all to take one vow, or rather I would say a resolution, because I have actually talked about this resolution at every place. But just wanted to remind you once again about the resolution. And the resolution was that obviously we all know that we are going to grow in the age, we would grow older, but what we have to keep in our mind, and we have to vow with ourselves, and we have to take a resolution that up to last breath there should not come a situation that we would need support of others. Instead, we will remain the support for others instead of seeking any kind of support from others. And for that resolution, you have many of you have promised me, and I hope you would be keeping your promise. And for that, now once again let us repeat that resolution, that up to now what has happened has already happened, but from now onward we will not get from now onward we will not get. So I hope I have repeated it for 5 to 6 times, and those who are not able to join would also not get ill. And now let us open our arms, and together with the open arms बराबर वाला ना हंस रहा हो तो हंसा लेना. So it's a prayer from God that you always keep laughing and keep healthy and happy like this forever. And we would be doing clapping with 2 lines, and I hope you are aware the song we are going to, the bhajan we are going to sing together. मेरे दाता के दरबार में सब लोगों का खाता, मेरे दाता के दरबार में सब लोगों का खाता. जो कोई जैसी करनी करता, जो कोई जैसी करनी करता, वैसा ही फल पाता. मेरे दाता के दरबार में सब लोगों का खाता, मेरे दाता के दरबार में
सब लोगों का खाता.
क्या साधु क्या संत गृहस्थी, क्या राजा क्या रानी, क्या साधु क्या संत गृहस्थी, क्या राजा क्या रानी. प्रभु की पुस्तक में लिखी है सबकी कर्म कहानी, प्रभु की पुस्तक में लिखी है सबकी कर्म कहानी. अंतर्यामी अंदर बैठा, अंतर्यामी अंदर बैठा, सबका हिसाब लगाता. मेरे दाता के दरबार में सब लोगों का खाता, मेरे दाता के
दरबार में
सब लोगों का खाता. उसकी तेज नजर से बंदे कोई नहीं बच पाता. मेरे दाता के दरबार में सब लोगों का खाता, मेरे दाता के दरबार में
सब लोगों का खाता.
मेरे दाता के दरबार में सब लोगों का खाता, मेरे दाता के दरबार में सब लोगों का खाता. जो कोई जैसी करनी करता, जो कोई जैसी करनी करता, वैसा ही फल पाता. मेरे दाता के दरबार में सब लोगों का खाता, मेरे दाता के दरबार में सब लोगों का खाता, मेरे दाता के दरबार में सब लोगों का खाता, मेरे दाता के दरबार में सब लोगों का खाता, मेरे दाता के दरबार में सब लोगों का खाता. बोलेंगे सच्चिदानंद भगवान की. So now we are ready with the performance from Puja Sadhviji, the Kathinasanas, and with that we can keep performing any pranayam we would like. Take full advantage of the time you have.
शांति स्वास्थ्य शक्ति बुद्धि शौर्य मिले योग से आदि व्याधि योग शोक कष्ट मिले योग से
आत्मा तड़प उठी है कष्ट भोग भोग कर आत्मा तड़प उठी है कष्ट भोग भोग कर उठ मनुष्य योग कर योग का प्रयोग कर
मनुष्य योग कर योग का प्रयोग कर
योग के प्रयोग से शरीर को निरोग कर उठ मनुष्य योग कर योग का प्रयोग कर
मनुष्य योग कर योग का प्रयोग कर
बल मिलेगा आत्मा को स्वस्थ होगा ये शरीर तीक्ष्ण होगी बुद्धि और मन की भी मिटेगी पीर
बल मिलेगा आत्मा को स्वस्थ होगा ये शरीर तीक्ष्ण होगी बुद्धि और मन की भी मिटेगी पीर
विश्वव्यापी चेतना में तू भी सहयोग कर उठ मनुष्य योग कर योग का प्रयोग कर
मनुष्य योग कर योग का प्रयोग कर
योग के प्रयोग से शरीर को निरोग कर उठ मनुष्य योग कर योग का प्रयोग कर
मनुष्य योग कर योग का प्रयोग कर
धर्म जाति वेशभूषा देश काल से परे योग जो करे मनुष्य मृत्यु से बिना डरे
धर्म जाति वेशभूषा देश काल से परे योग जो करे मनुष्य मृत्यु से बिना डरे
पूर्वजों का ज्ञान है ये इसका सदुपयोग कर उठ मनुष्य योग कर योग का प्रयोग कर
मनुष्य योग कर योग का प्रयोग कर
योग के प्रयोग से शरीर को निरोग कर उठ मनुष्य योग कर योग का प्रयोग कर
मनुष्य योग कर योग का प्रयोग कर
अपनी दुर्दशा पे तेरी आंख में नमी नहीं मत बना बहाने तुझको वक्त की कमी नहीं
अपनी दुर्दशा पे तेरी आंख में नमी नहीं मत बना बहाने तुझको वक्त की कमी नहीं
मित्र मान कर्म को आलस्य से वियोग कर उठ मनुष्य योग कर योग का प्रयोग कर
मनुष्य योग कर योग का प्रयोग कर
योग के प्रयोग से शरीर को निरोग कर उठ मनुष्य योग कर योग का प्रयोग कर
मनुष्य योग कर योग का प्रयोग कर मनुष्य योग कर योग का प्रयोग कर मनुष्य योग कर योग का प्रयोग कर
Thank you very much, everybody. And we are very proud today to see this amazing performances. Dear brothers and sisters, we can all do this ourselves. And we are very lucky. This doesn't cost a penny. And Pujya Swamiji and Acharya ji comes to your home every day free of charge. Correct? आपके घर के अंदर आते हैं, आपके पास आके बैठ जाते हैं. ये सीखना बहुत आसान है. कितना आसान है. हाँ जी. So I'm very proud today to announce and welcome our Councillor Angela Kandola from Nottingham City Council. She is the portfolio holder for Highways, Transport and Planning. And she's the first Indian councillor over here. Let's put our hands together for her, please. Acharya ji se आशीर्वाद लेंगे. Thank you for coming.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everybody. I would just like to say it's a great honour to be invited here today, and I'm just overwhelmed for the invitation. And happy International Day of Yoga. A warm welcome to everybody, and our visitors that have come out of Nottingham, come from outside of Nottingham to come and partake in the yoga today. Yoga is one of the best form of healthy exercise and that therapeutic sessions that you have. And it's amazing to see so many of you participating here today, and it's just honourable. And I'd like to thank Patanjali Yogpeeth Trust in association with Nottingham City Council to put this on, all the volunteers who have worked really hard to make this happen. I understand this is the largest International Yoga Day that's happened so far, and I'm sure that the organisations will make sure it's twice as large for next year. And on top of that, you got the most amazing, amazing weather for today. It just couldn't get any better. And I'd just like to say, enjoy yourselves today. Have a great day. And once again, I'm honoured to be here today and be part of this International Day of Yoga. Thank you so much, everybody.
Thank you very much, Angela ji, for coming today. And, auspicious day. We are very lucky to give not one, but two, but three blessings today from very special people who've come all the way from India for us. And dear brothers and sisters, before we break off, we've got one final very special performance today. And it's yoga taught by Madhurika Trivedi ji and performed by Siddharth and Sandeep. So let's give them a warm welcome, please. Madhurika ji.
Om and Namaste. I'm honored to be here today, and I teach yoga for children on a weekly basis every Sunday from 9:30 till 10:30. I've been doing it for the last 4 years, and I started because yoga has been a very special part of my life from a very young age, and I've seen the benefits, and I want to allow and encourage children from a young age to see that benefit also through their mind, their body, and their atma. So it can help them in every way, and it's my pleasure to teach them every week. So I'm going to perform a few asanas for you all today, and I invite you to all join in, please. So we're starting with the Surya Namaskar. So if you can stand at the front of your mats, keeping your feet together. And just as a warning, if you do have any back pain or suffer from high blood pressure or any heart conditions, please do not bend forward. And if you're suffering from any hernia, please do not bend back. Also, just go at your own pace. And if at any time you feel uncomfortable, please stop and take a break. Okay, so standing with your feet together, hands together. You're going to take your hands all the way up, breathing in. Breathing out, bringing your hands down by your feet, bending your head. Taking your right leg back. Looking up, breathing in. Then taking your left leg back. Feet together. Holding it there. Bringing your knees, chin and chest to the floor. Bringing your body up. Looking up, breathing in. And then coming up onto your feet. Bringing your left foot forward. Looking up, breathing in. Right leg forward, feet together. Tucking your head in. Breathing out. Breathing in, coming all the way up, stretching your arms behind you. to touch your heels to the floor. Bringing your right leg forward, in between your hands if you can. Left leg forward, breathing out. All the way up. Going to now move into Vrikshasana. So this asana is going to help you with your nervous system and keeping your balance, so connecting our body and our mind together. Bringing your right foot up, wherever it feels comfortable to keep your balance. That may be at the bottom by your ankle, by your knee, or further up on your thigh. Slowly raise your arms, focusing on your balance, bringing your hands together, focusing on your breathing. We're going to go into Trikonasana. So keeping your legs slightly apart, shoulder width apart. Raise your right arm and keep your left arm by your thigh. Breathing in, deep breath in. And as we bend to the left, you're going to bring your right arm over and hold it there, going down as far as you can towards the ground with your left leg. Slowly coming up and repeating, breathing in, bring your arm up. Breathing out, slowly coming down. And gently coming back up. Okay, if we can sit onto the floor, onto your mats. Straightening your legs in front of you. We're going to lie down onto the floor on your back. Bending your right leg into Bhavan Muktasana. This is going to help release any trapped wind, so it's beneficial for the stomach. Interlocking your fingers and taking them back around your knee. Breathe in and breathe out, bringing your nose up towards your knee. Holding it there for a few seconds. And coming back down. And we're going to repeat that on the other side. So bringing your left knee up, interlocking your fingers over your knee, breathing in, breathing out and coming back up. And slowly coming back down. Breathing in deeply and out. Turning over from your left hand side over onto your stomach. We're going to move into Bhujangasana. So keeping your hands by your chest. Breathing in, you're going to lift your body up. Looking up towards the sky. This is going to be beneficial for your back, your stomach. And slowly coming back down, breathing out. One more time, breathing in, raising your body up. And slowly coming back down. Okay, and slowly moving over onto your back again. We're going to go into Markatasana. So bending your knees, keeping them together, stretching your arms by your side, making a T shape. You're going to breathe in and turn your legs, knees keeping touched of each other, and turn your head to the opposite, so you're looking at your left hand, keeping your ankles on top of each other and your knees on top of each other. This is very beneficial for your stomach and your back. Bringing them back into the center and repeating on the opposite side, turning to your knees to the left and looking to the right. And again, coming back to the center, this time keeping your legs shoulder width apart and turning your knees to the left, to the right, looking to the left. Focusing on your breathing and coming onto your left side, gently come back up. We're going to move on to Gomukhasana. So if I can ask you all to sit in Vajrasana by turning your legs so that you're on your knees. If you do have any knee pain, please skip this one. And you can sit in Sukhasana and do the same. So with your legs crossed. You're going to take your right leg and place your leg over your left, making sure that both your knees are in line with one another. Raise your right arm, place that behind your back, taking your left arm behind you, and you're going to try to hold the other hand. If you can't, you can take a piece of cloth and you can hold on to that, and eventually when you're practicing you will be able to. This is very beneficial for your stomach, for enlargement of the intestines, for your liver and your kidneys. Whilst you're in this asana, take a deep breath in and breathe out. We'll then repeat on the other side. Switch to the other side, raise your left arm in the air and take that back behind you and your right arm below. Okay, bringing your right leg back, and you're going to do the same with your left, so taking that forward and across your right leg, keeping both your legs in line, so your knees are one above the other. Raise your right arm, place that behind your head, and take your right arm below, holding them together. Take a deep breath in and out. Switching over to the other side, taking your left arm below and your right arm above your head and behind. Bringing your legs back, sitting in Vajrasana. Take a deep breath in and out. And breathing in and out. Once again, take a deep breath in and breathing out. Thank you very much for joining. Thank you very much. Om Namaste.